It is a day that we all should be very, very proud of. And Mrs. Lewis, I know that you are glowing right now. This is what it means to be a giant. A giant makes incredible steps in everything that he does. A giant makes himself known not only here at St. John's, but he is known throughout the world. Give him up for Antoine Andrews. Let me explain how big of a giant he is. It was in 2010 in Mountain, Canada, when we had our last Bahamian male winning a gold medal, World Juniors. Antoine Andrews stands in the ranks of the Keyshawn Strawns, although he is not a gold medalist at the World Juniors, but he said that he's going to be a gold medalist at the Olympic Games. But he is among the ranks of the Shawnee Miller-Weebos and the Anthony Strawns and the Debbie Fergusons. Antoine Andrews is a giant. He is a jolly green giant. Who are we? Who are we? And we hope that this inspires St. John's and this entire Anglican community to produce more giants like Antoine Andrews. Antoine has had the opportunity not only to grace the stage of track and field, but he's a brilliant student. And this federation, the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, our primary objective is not only to produce great athletes, but we want to produce great citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And it starts with being a good student. So much so that Anton has had the opportunity to be courted by many, many colleges, from the University of Kentucky to the University of Texas, to Auburn, to Texas Tech, and to so many more. But he chose only just one. And today is the day of reckoning that he will disclose to you, live, to the Bahamian public, and to his friends and teachers at St. John's. It gives me enormous pride to introduce you to a giant, to an academic giant, to a scholarly giant, and to an athletic giant. All hail Antoine Andrews.
Good morning, all. First off, I would like to say that I'm blessed, thankful, and grateful. As First Colossians chapter 5, verse 16 to 18 states, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God, Christ Jesus for you. I'm thankful for my parents and family for pushing me and sticking beside me through the ups and downs. I appreciate them for being my number one supporters. Grateful for my coach for seeing the potential in me. Appreciate you for being there for me. Appreciate you for being there for me when I was down. Like they say, a good coach change the game. A great coach change your life. Friends and teammates, appreciate y'all. I'm here to tell you about myself and the journey I encountered big obstacles. A journey where I encountered many hurdles to overcome, some of which may result in great triumph or despair. As Psalms 20 verse 4 states, may he give you the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. So far, my journey has been a roller coaster and a rough, rocky road. It may sound cliche, but it's been rough and tough, mentally and physically, but I've always told myself to stay positive, stand my principles and my morals, and always trust God. My journey is like a relay race, passing the baton on to a new chapter of living with an end goal. On first leg in my grade 9 year, when I was introduced to track and field from a former coach and a physical education teacher, Mr. Peter Pratt. I started off as a long jumper and triple jumper and later venturing in hurdles, where I instantly fell in love with the event. Days of practicing on a level ground to better myself, it became a priority to me, and I was interested in joining a track club. I later joined a track club named Jumper Sing, coached by Peter Pratt, where I practiced almost every day. Competing in track meets where I was new to the sport, so I wasn't at the top all of the time. But I kept my head up and continued to strive for better. As Isaiah 41 verse 10 states, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold you with the righteous right hand." Finally, I graduated and I was headed to high school. My second life began in grade 10, where I attended Sierra Walker Senior High School. This was the year where I became more serious and more interested in track and field. This is also the year where I realized my true talent and my God-given gift. Became more mature and started to set goals for myself to achieve. Started to see some progression because of the mindset and the man I started to become. Went into track meets with a winning mindset, but always had some self-doubt. Went to GWA in my first senior year and placed in all the events I competed in. Finished with 4 golds and a silver. 2019, Griffith Charles came around and I competed in the 110 meters in hopes of qualifying to make my first national team. I fell short from making the team just shy of the qualifying mark of 14.86 seconds, and I ran 14.94 seconds, just shy by 0.06 seconds. I got discouraged, didn't want to be around the track anymore. Around this time I actually wanted to quit, but I always told myself the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. And if we didn't have obstacles and never faced impossible situations, we wouldn't see the greatest of God's power. My third life began when I was granted a full scholarship to attend the prestigious St. John's College, home of the Jolly Green Giants, one of many scholarships I received. This was also the year when COVID came around, so there were so many restrictions. Virtual learning was introduced, lockdown and curfew was instilled, but that didn't stop me from the purpose of my goal. World Juniors, COVID caused so many international meets and national teams to be cancelled, but such as Penn Relays, World Juniors, Under 20, and also Olympic Games. Fast forward to the 2020-21 year, this year was the breakout year for me, a year where I realized a year for blessings upon me and my family, a year of trials and tribulation, a year of confirmation and blessings. That year I started to make a name for myself, making all the national teams that year, including a senior team where I ran with the Olympians for the Bahamas in hopes of qualifying the Bahamas for the relay pool for the Olympics. Traveled across the world, places I've never been or seen before. Knockout under 18 and under 23 games was hosted in San Jose, Costa Rica, where I competed in my first national team, where I became a 2-time gold medalist, placing in the 110 meters and the 4x1. Later that August, I traveled to Nairobi, Kenya, for my first World Junior team, also known as Junior Olympics. It was an experience for me competing against the world's best, but I fell short and didn't make semifinals. That right there brought me down and discouraged me, but it also made me stronger to come back 10 times harder. He who trusts in the Lord renewed their strength. This quote stuck with me through the times of a mental block. I have watched myself grow and progress through every trial. I have seized the opportunity to suddenly muster the strength and conquer every one of my hurdles in a clean sweep. I say this to say, your mindset determines everything. If you want something in life, you have to go there and fight for it. For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again. Let these meaningful words stay with you. Patience, to know that things don't come overnight. Resilient, your mind, mentally, how you think. Have a positive mindset. Trust yourself and your capabilities and your strength. Most importantly, trust God. Confidence, be confident, be encouraged, to have no self-doubt. Don't belittle yourself, always put yourself on the pedestal, but remain humble. Continue to persevere and put God first in everything you do, and always depend on Him and not yourself. Tell yourself you won't quit until you're living the life you dream of. Witnessing a man with such great foundation and grit, on ankle leg we have Antoine, who just recently broke a 20-year-old record, a future Olympian who's now our junior national record holder in the 110 meters, one of the Bahamas' top junior athletes, a world-ranking athlete in numerous events, a bronze medalist at the 22 Griffith Games, an athlete who made history for the Bahamas, being the first male junior athlete to win a World Juniors Championship, and also the first male athlete to win a gold medal. I'm now ranked in the world, number 1 in the world. I've done a 20 world lead and also hold a junior national record for the Bahamas. I'm now a student athlete with 25 full scholarships offers to the top Division I colleges. A quote that I wrote on my behalf. As I jump from hurdle to hurdle, I remember that life has its ups and downs. But if I continue to persevere and work hard, there's success and a gold medal at the end. Antoine Andrews.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Coach Liborn. I'm Antoine Andrews' coach, who has been working with Antoine for the past 2 years. I actually got Antoine invited to the club by one of his friends. I really wasn't interested in getting any more athletes. He came like late November. I didn't know anything about Antoine, didn't know what his capabilities are, but of course I'm the type of coach who accepts any athlete, find their strengths, and work hard to get you where you need to get. With this 2022 season, it's been a roller coaster with Antoine. With Antoine, and it's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a lot of therapy sessions where we spend a lot of money, but we know exactly what our ultimate goal was. As he said in Nairobi, Kenya in 2021, he didn't get out of the heats. So our goal for 2022 was first, get a track and field scholarship. So we're gonna run really fast, really early, and get all the colleges' attention. Then our ultimate goal was to go back to World Juniors in Cali, Colombia in 2022 and place in the top 8. Going into Cali, Colombia, we prepared for that. Sometimes that Antoine was running in practice, I didn't tell him exactly what he was running because I know exactly how he gets. I wanted to keep him calm and keep him simple. Going into Cali, Colombia, Antoine was ranked number 7, right? Of course, you all see that Antoine quotes a lot of scriptures. In 2020, he has been really praying to God, trusting his coach, trusting anybody that is around him. And going into Cali, Colombia, when Antoine started to compete, there was just something about Antoine that I've never seen before. If you all know Antoine in school, when he first comes to St. John's, he's very shy. But over the years, he has grown into a very mature, outspoken individual, right? So when we were going through the rounds, there was just something about Antoine that I felt, okay, this is the time that we've been praying all season, that I told him to trust in God, trust in me, and trust into the workouts. And I know going after the first round, Antoine was now the top person that everyone was looking at. We went into semifinals. Antoine also ran the fastest time going into the finals. So I already knew then, based on what we were doing at practice, he was going for the gold. I didn't tell him that. My nerves were on me, but I just kept a calm composure. If you all listen to the video and go back into it, I was at the finish line. He didn't see me, but I was screaming louder than everyone else around the Americans. And the Americans that were so afraid. It was like, what's going on? I was like, y'all don't know exactly what's happening just now because we had a really, really rough year. But I am grateful for having an athlete like Antoine, and I appreciate him. And as he goes on to his college career, he will do it extremely well.
Good morning again. My name is Dramico Archer, and I'm the president of the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, better known as the B3As. We often talk about the glory of our sport. I think that Antoine had an opportunity to talk about the story that took him this far. And oftentimes we give credit to the schools, we give credit to their colleagues and their coaches, and they give credit to everyone in track and field. But there's always someone that we often miss, and that is the parents and family members. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the parents of Antoine Andrews, Mr. and Mrs. Andrews, as well as his grandparents and all of his other family members. I see Peter Pratt here, who gave him his first start, his very first leap into Giant Dome. And so I want to be able to say publicly how grateful I am to the parents and the auxiliary support that Andrew has enjoyed over the years. As Andrew has indicated, there were 25 schools, 25 Division I schools. Those are the best schools in the entire country of the United States of America. 25. And Antoine has had the opportunity to whittle down to just 3. One was Texas Tech University. Another was Auburn University, the University of Auburn. And the other was the University of South Florida. There were three, but like I said before, there could only be one. Antoine, everyone wants to know, where will you be going in January?
I'll be continuing my academic and athletic career at I will be continuing my academic and athletic career at Texas Tech University.
Teachers and students, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Antoine Andrews is now signing his contract to a full scholarship to the University of Texas Tech University. A scholarship that will be valued approximately $200,000.
Last off, I would thank St. John's College for having me for my 3 years here and having me to come back and get and sign. I appreciate it. And I am thankful for Texas Tech for seeing the light in me and seeing the potential in me.